Hey, besties.
Hey.
Welcome back for another episode of the Hello Bes-Tea podcast. I'm Maggie.
I'm Tashima.
First and foremost, happy Valentine's Day, besties.
Happy B-Day.
Happy B-Day. We know it's Friday, but our episodes come out on Tuesday, so we just want to say we hope you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day this weekend. First, let's get into some tea. What's your tea for the week?
So my tea is I use one of Logan's tips from Later Daters. And I don't know what that means, like how that makes me feel.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't like a date or anything, but I was at a function and where I had to be social.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know I struggle. So the conversation had gotten to a point where things were a little awkward, at least for me.
Okay, hold on. Did you bring up Matthew McConaughey?
No, but
Okay.
that's the tip that I use, where she's like, "Oh, just bring up something that you've done," and the lady kept saying, "I'm listening to a podcast by Matthew McConaughey." But I did use that line.
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh, I recently XYZ," and then the conversation actually started flowing based off of what I just said, and then that took it to the end, and it sealed, like it just closed it out.
Good.
And then after that, I was like,
and you don't know how to feel about that? You should feel good about that. That's awesome.
It just because it was from the Later Daters. It's like a tip for like a, older person.
I'm reading her book now, How to Not Die Alone. And, I talk to my coworkers and stuff about what I'm reading. And I was low-key, like, embarrassed to admit that title. I was like, so don't judge me, but there's a show on Netflix.
That's how this came about.
Yeah. They're like, judgment-free zone, read whatever you want.
Are you okay? One-on-one DMs. Is everything all right?
Just checking, life check. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
hide the
funny.
knives.
That's awesome. I'm glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, it did actually work.
Look at you, stepping out.
Yeah.
All right. It's always nice when you do that shit and it works.
It did work.
Because if you would have had crickets, you would have been like, I am never venturing out again.
Surprisingly, both of the people that I was talking to had a lot of interest in this random thing that I brought up.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I basically was like, oh, I recently was thinking about going skiing. And it just, bink.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my tea for the week is some of the besties may recall that I had a rough go of a tragus piercing a while back in October. And I said that I would try again. And I did. I got it pierced and healing just fine. Yep.
Are you like wearing a cone around your neck?
I feel like I'm kind of wearing a cone. The only thing that's happened is when I wash my hair, I'm very cautious, especially like when I wash my face and stuff. But there's been a couple times where I like do this and I'm like, ooh, like hair has gotten wrapped around and I didn't realize. But outside of that, it's been good.
It's not hard to do.
One of my sons like accidentally hit it, and that is actually what happened last time, and it swelled up. But I immediately put ice on it. I immediately cleaned it, and it was fine. So. Yeah, so far so good.
Whew.
Yeah, seriously.
Were you like,
I was
no,
again. The first time that happened, I think I had only had it for a week and a half, but this just happened like the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got it pierced like the week after Christmas, so it's been healing just fine. Yeah, but I love it. I'm so glad I tried it again.
I can see it.
Thank you.
Think it through.
Thank you. Got a much bigger ball. It's just like this huge thing sitting on my ear.
Nice. It looks great.
But I was like,
I mean,
I was like, my ear ain't swallowing this.
Small
We're not doing
compared to
that
the
again.
other ones you got in there.
True.
Looks like a baby.
All right, so I'm going to get into my first thread. So this one is kind of in honor of Valentine's Day, although all of our threads might not be today, but just, this is from Am I the Asshole? And am I the asshole for not letting my friend's husband come to my Galentine's party? Backstory. One of she's a 29-year-old female, best friends, which is a 32-year-old female, got married last spring. Since she got married, we do mostly group hangouts with her husband, who is a 38-year-old male, my partner, and some other friends, which is totally fine and fun. Now, I have a Galentine's party every year for my girlfriends, usually about 4 to 5 of us, and we all bring an appetizer and have wine, play some games, etc. I texted the group to let them know, and everyone responded. My friend messaged me privately to say that if her husband can't come, she can't come, and asked if he could come with her. I normally would welcome him, but no one else's husband or boyfriends will be there, and it just isn't that kind of party, LOL. I told her that no one else's partners would be there, and she said that since being married, they are a package deal and only attend things together. I told her I respected whatever arrangements they had in their marriage, and if she wasn't able to attend, I understood. However, a few days later, a mutual friend told me that they talked, and she said she was hurt by the fact that I wouldn't invite him and felt I was being rude. I do plan to talk to her about it, but just need some feedback from Reddit. So there are a couple edits here. The first one is, because a lot of people ask, this party is held on the 13th, not on Valentine's Day. The other edit is that Galentine's Day, because apparently a lot of people didn't know the term or weren't familiar with it, is a day to celebrate female friendship similar to Valentine's Day, but for friends instead of romantic partners. It's often celebrated on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. It's for all female friendships and not just singles. Do you think she's an asshole for telling
Not at all.
Oh girl, like, keep your husband home for our girl
I think
time?
it's weird for someone to want their husband to be at their Galentine's.
100%. And y'all have been doing this for years.
Yeah, this is weird.
That's not healthy. You and I actually talked about this offline about relationships like that. You got to have your own separate group of friends and people.
And for you to have done this before you got married, and now all of a sudden you're married and we're a package deal and we have to do everything together, I don't think that's healthy.
It's not. So if he had bros trips and stuff, she's supposed to go to the bros trips because they're a package deal now? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
She'd probably say he doesn't until he wants to.
Right.
Until like 5 years later and he's wanting to do stuff without her.
Yeah, that's not healthy. And that's wild. And she didn't even get upset. Like, yo, whatever arrangements you have, cool. Just don't come. And you mad.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
One monkey doesn't stop the show.
For real.
What did Reddit say?
Reddit said, it's literally the one thing that's about supporting female friendships, LOL. Read the room, no boys allowed. Your friend saying they're a package deal is absolutely ridiculous. I've been married to my husband for almost 18 years. There are definitely times that he goes off and hangs with his friends and coworkers who are all men, and I sometimes do my own thing. I only believe in the package deal thing if you know the couple of a wedding and they only invite the spouse and it isn't for space reasons. Yeah, most people were just saying she's not the asshole at all. Husband's probably controlling, like red flags in their marriage. If he was cool with it before, he was probably waiting to have that husband title to throw some weight around to not get her to do stuff that he wanted her to do.
Yuck.
That is weird, though. If y'all have been fiancés and dating and she always does this, now that you're married, why?
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't change in that way, I don't think.
Creepy.
What you got?
I have random lighthearted parenting thread.
Okay.
So parents of Reddit, what's the funniest lie your child has told you? We took my 4-year-old son to Legoland in California. We were waiting in line for a mechanical pony ride that he was very excited for and could do by himself. The attendant was asking every child their age before they got on the ride. We hadn't thought to talk to him about why. When he got to the front of the line, the attendant asked him his age. He hesitated, looked at us. We reassured him, then as cool and confident as he could be, said, 18. Everyone within earshot was rolling. Apparently he was worried that he wasn't old enough.
I thought he was going to say 5, like a 5, and that's hilarious.
So cute. My mother got called by school for my much younger sister when she was 6 or 7 on the occasion of her having shown up at school with a black eye. Principal, Mrs. H, I think we have an issue with your daughter's cousin Rebecca. Mom, she doesn't have a cousin named Rebecca. Principal, I'll get back with you. 15 minutes later, Principal, I think we've gotten to the bottom of things. It seems that your son's girlfriend is the issue. Mom, my son is gay. He's been in London for the past several months. Principal, I think you should come in. My mother arrives at my sister's school under heavy suspicion of being a child abuser. She takes one look at my sister and says, "Wipe that shit off now." My sister had taken mascara and painted herself a black eye. When she asked why she would do such a thing, she replied, "I wanted to see how everyone would react."
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Is that not hilarious?
That's wild. That's infuriating, actually. That's not. Wow.
It's so funny. Just a couple lighthearted things. They have me rolling
insane. On the floor. Damn, man. You got to watch out for these kids. Wow.
So hilarious.
Yikes. Okay. So I have a couple of Valentine's Day fails. Okay, so someone writes, no shortage of those, and this is from Ask Reddit. So last year, the guy I was dating was planning to be out of town on Valentine's Day for work, so I was teaching a 3-hour ceramics class. For the few days leading up to Valentine's Day, he's dropped hints like he may fly in to see me to celebrate. Instead, he calls me during the 30-minute break in the middle of my ceramics class to break up with me to go back to his ex-girlfriend in a grand gesture because of the holiday. So last year I cried while teaching a ceramics class because I got dumped on Valentine's Day. My best friend's birthday is on Valentine's Day. A couple of years ago, she mixed up the envelopes between her twin sister's birthday card and the extremely graphic description of what she had planned for the night that she wrote in her then boyfriend, now husband's Valentine's Day card. And that's how her sister found out that she had a thing for handcuffs and anal.
Oh, God. Jeez. I bet her sister was like, yuck.
Can't even look at her the same way anymore. Boyfriend in high school got really upset when I didn't get him anything for Valentine's Day after we agreed we weren't going to do gifts for Valentine's Day. He surprised me with a diamond necklace and then cried because I didn't secretly get him anything. He was an odd person.
A high schooler bought you a diamond necklace?
That's what she said, child.
Get out of here.
You know that was cubic zirconia all day, every day.
If that, he might have stole it from his mom. She's probably like, honey, have you seen my necklace?
That's a problem, too. There were several threads like that where the woman got mad because she's like, no, don't get me anything for Valentine's Day. And the men that listened.
Correct.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I don't like stuff like that. If we say we're not going to do something, we're not going to do something.
And if you want to still do it for me and surprise me, like, understand that I'm holding up my end of the bargain. Right. So you don't get to be angry about it. But as a woman, you told him not to get you anything. You were emphatic about it. So don't get mad.
And there's usually a reason that you both agree, let's just not.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you've been together for however many years, you're just like, that's
just
why.
Say what you want to happen.
Yeah.
Ladies, miss everybody with that coy shit. Like, I know I got time for that. I used to get an anonymous card or two every Valentine's Day as a teenager. It wasn't until I was about 18 that my mom told me that she'd actually bought and handwritten them in different handwriting so I'd feel special. This made me feel incredibly stupid.
That's weird.
There were several replies like, my family did something similar too.
What?
I mean, maybe she's like geeky girl and, you know, not have a lot of boys into her and her mom's just trying to throw her a bone. I mean,
no,
it's weird. It's weird.
That's like a fast pass to therapy. To think that you have this secret admirer and that you're like...
That is doing nothing for her the remainder of the year, though. Like, it's just only on Valentine's Day her mom would just, like, you know, try to throw her a bone.
Yeah, but then she actually thinks that she has somebody who's admiring her to then only find out that she doesn't.
Yeah, but...
No, that's weird.
She found out when she was 18. I just feel like she might have maybe caught on at some point. Like,
or
who is this random person?
Taken it to her grave, and then maybe she just thinks the admirer died or moved. That's
maybe
weird.
I don't know.
Strange.
My ex-boyfriend would always be busy on Valentine's Day, and then the next day he would buy all the sale Valentine's stuff at half price.
Jeez, what a creep! Cheap ass. God.
Someone said, what a miser.
I don't even know what that means.
Like a cheapskate.
No.
Yeah. Then it says, that is not why we're ex, but he was consistently stingy with me while demanding that I treat him like a king.
I did have a so-called boyfriend in middle school who, for 2 years in a row, and both years, he broke up with me the week before Valentine's Day.
Because he didn't want to have to get you anything.
And then, like, a week after Valentine's Day, would want to be my boyfriend again. I fell for this 2 years in a row. Remember, I said in middle school, okay?
Dos años. Right.
Like, I mean, the second time around, it's like, fool me once, fool me twice. But, yeah.
Do you remember the little carnations that you could buy for people and stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's part of the reason why I don't like Valentine's Day. Because I never got one of those, because he kept breaking up with me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so then everybody, you know, they would have they also had the candygrams or whatever.
Candygrams, yeah.
And the door would open, and I'd be like, oh, wah, wah, wah. Down with Valentine's Day! Burn it to the ground!
He was like, it's a plot by the man to sell more candy.
Exactly.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into a game. What game do you want to play?
Let's do It's Kind of a Funny Story.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. I knew you were going to say that.
And I knew you were going to say that.
When was a time that you rose above someone's perception of you?
Deliberately? I mean, if I did, it was not on purpose. I honestly don't know. I don't know.
That's kind of a weird question.
That is. I wouldn't, I mean, I guess most, okay. I don't typically know people's perception of me until well after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually once we become friends, they're like, oh, in the beginning, I didn't like you, or I thought you were standoffish, or I thought you were this, that, and the other. But now that I've gotten to know you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've never thought that somebody felt some kind of way about me and then tried to not do that.
Yeah, same.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't care enough.
A weird one. Yeah.
Funny. If your life oh my gosh. Sorry.
Oh.
I scratched my hand. I did that too at Sephora. I guess I need to cut my nails.
Damn, you were really rubbing the foundation on, weren't you?
I was.
Wolverine over there.
If your life flashed before your eyes, what defining moments would you see?
That's deep.
It is.
Just stuff with my family. It would be all things with my family. Giving birth to my kids, being there with my dad when he passed, all of us being there, special family times.
Yeah. Kids, family, the works.
Mm-hmm. All that stuff. Get back up.
Sorry. I want all the cards.
Tell us about a time too much liquid courage caused you to embarrass yourself.
Oh, gosh.
I have one, but I've shared it before. It's when I did the karaoke with my coworkers that time in a private room. But I wasn't embarrassed then. It wasn't until like later.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of
having a great time then.
Yeah. This was years ago. I went to a work Christmas party and I had a lot to drink. But the party itself wasn't really partying. So we left, and then in the car I was doing like videos of myself. Mm-hmm. Like singing. It was basically like I was doing karaoke to songs that I was listening to in the car, mm-hmm. and then sending them to all my friends. And then the next day, they're like, ah!
Making,
yeah.
Damn.
Because
you created receipts for yourself.
I did. Like, why did you do that? You're so stupid. And then, obviously, I'm, delete. But this is before iPhone. You could delete things both ways. And so they still have them.
Right.
So you have to be very careful with that.
That's funny.
Snapchat wasn't a thing then, y'all.
Oh. Your turn.
Is it? Oh. When was the last time you threw a tantrum? Oh, gosh. Mine was very recent. I had a mom meltdown.
That wasn't a tantrum. I feel like tantrums are just really pouty. Like, I think of a kid tantrum when I think of the word tantrum. I mean, I can't remember. Like, I've had meltdowns too, as of late, but not... I can't remember the last time I had like a full-blown tantrum, just like pissed off about something.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about like not getting my way, I cannot remember the last time I had a tantrum.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want it, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get in my feelings sometimes and
right.
get emotional, but
not
I don't consider that a tantrum. What story from your life comes to mind when you hear indulge?
Not really a story, but just shopping. We can do a couple hot takes.
Let's try it. Let's see if we don't get any duds in the hot takes. Let's see.
Blondes have more fun. No. People just have more fun. Agree?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I'd rather go on a vacation to the mountains than the beach.
No. I mean, I do want to do both.
Yeah.
But when I think vacation, I'm thinking like beachy.
Agreed.
Relaxing. Come on, give me something juicy. Oh, I got two.
I'll pick the better one, I guess, since you just looked at both of them.
It's always worth it to leave the party earlier than everyone else. Yes.
No. Depends on who's throwing the party. Now, if we're talking
I'm thinking
a
like
Diddy party.
Work.
You're better off. You're better off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Leave before the food gets cold, or else. Yeah. No. I like to leave when I'm ready to leave, which is usually before most people leave.
Oh, yeah, I leave when I'm ready to leave too, but I historically don't like being the first one to show up. So for that, I don't like being the first person to leave.
Oh, I'm not going to be the first person to leave. I do Irish goodbyes, typically.
What's an Irish goodbye?
You leave without saying goodbye.
That's rude as fuck.
You just...
That's rude
and they're like, where's Tashima? It's just...
Damn. Savage. Damn, that's rude.
In your opinion.
Fact.
No.
Okay, so there's an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, and whenever I think of someone leaving a party, I think about this. So his brother, Robert, was talking about his girlfriend, Amy, and they were at a party. I don't want to butcher this, but they were at a party, and they were getting ready to leave, and Robert was ready to leave, and he's like, oh, Amy's on her goodbye tour, and just like she's going around bouncing, saying goodbye to everyone. So I always call that the goodbye tour now. I just thought that was so funny.
All right, Besties. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, find us on YouTube. And like, subscribe, hit the bell. Let us know, you know, if you have some other games that we could play or some really funny Reddit threads.
Yeah, let us know.
Especially some juicy ones. Please. Please. All right, Besties. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
You did that on our audio, and I meant to tell you, please don't ever do that shit again. I did not. Yeah.
What do you mean?
On one of your audio messages, it was like a late night one, and you're like, oh, I'm being a little goofy. I think I'm getting tired. I was like, yeah. I was like,
did I do the ASMR?
Yeah, you did. You did exactly what you just did. I remember being like,
why?
Note to self, remind her not to do that shit.
I cannot tell you that I will never do that again. I'm just gonna say that because clearly I have a problem.